Welcome back. I got my brother Dan over.
Again.
We're doing another episode of Tasting.
Taste that cigar.
Today we got a special cigar, and I believe you referred to it as a premium cigar.
A premium cigar, yes.
I went down to our local cigar store, Havana Palace, which is not too far from here, and I picked up these My Father Connecticut Robusto.
Nice.
So pretty anxious to try that. And I know we talked, a little bit about different pairings with cigars, and coffee tends to be a really nice pairing with cigar overall.
I agree.
But
yes.
In the spirit of having a spirit, I got this Expresso Vodka, tag number 5. This is from Maverick Brewing in Mississauga.
Interesting.
Maverick Distillery in Mississauga. So I thought might be an interesting pairing, being that it's got that coffee note. I know the whiskeys and the scotches, the sweetness, the brandies tend to pair very well with cigar, but I thought, go with the coffee flavor.
Well, you can't get a better combination than a Connecticut cigar and a cup of coffee. So, I mean, how can you go wrong with coffee vodka?
That's right.
That's absolutely something you got to try.
So in the spirit of trying a cigar with my brother Dan,
And in the spirit of spirit,
we'll do a little pour here. We'll light our cigars to some apropos music.
apropos. Apropos.
Under a lamp where the shadows play, me and my brother, the hours drift away. A curl of smoke, a tale or two. The world feels smaller when it's just us two. Cigars with Brother Dan, oh, that's the plan. And a puff, a laugh, just two simple men. The night grows long, but we don't mind.
Give it a try.
Sniff and taste.
When good cigars unwind.
Oh, it's chocolatey.
Well,
Coffee,
okay.
chocolate.
It's got quite a sweet note to it. That espresso flavor. To be honest, I didn't think it was going to be this flavorful.
It's very smooth.
Yeah.
I was expecting a burn. There's no burn.
I would be
it's very
fooled
sweet. It's a little bit syrupy.
if you didn't tell me this was vodka. I would think it's a whiskey.
Yeah.
I think that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite flavorful. Wow, that's good. So, again, this is the My Father Connecticut Robusto. Just love the artwork on this wrapper.
Yeah, it's very nice. I've never had a My Father cigar before.
Neither have I.
So this is a bit of a treat.
Yeah.
My Father is a very well-respected cigar brand.
I was reading about the My Father cigar family. Very anxious to try. I know it's from Nicaragua. I've had a few people ask me, why aren't you doing Cubans? But to be honest, the Cubans, they're quite pricey. And the Cubans I have had so far didn't appeal to me flavor-wise. Not as much as, something from Nicaragua or Dominican.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. They're nice once in a while for a Cuban, but I don't really see anything special. Maybe if you spend a lot of money and get a premium cigar, you're going to get something really nice.
Which I've never dished out
But I mean,
that much money for that.
I mean, I've got as high as $25
Right.
for a Romeo and Julieta, and it was nothing special.
Yeah. But I've had some really good Dominican, Nicaragua, and frankly, just getting into the game here and experimenting more, like I say, first time doing the My Father here, and see what kind of flavors we get off of this.
I should have brought my own lighter so we could do this together. I never thought of that.
Cigars with Brother Dan, oh, that's the plan. And a puff, A laugh, just two simple men. The night grows long, but we don't mind. Time slows down when good cigars unwind. The click of the cutter, the match's faint spark, talking dreams and schemes till well past dark. Ashes grow tall, but the worries grow thin. A brother's bond's the sweetest sin. Oh, the city hums its endless tune, but here we sit beneath the moon. Cigars with Brother Dan, oh, that's the plan.
Got a real easy draw. First thoughts?
Well, did I ever tell you about my trip to Calgary?
Yeah.
So, I bought 2 cigars in Calgary.
Right.
And I didn't know when or where I was ever going to get to smoke them. But I bought them. And my last night there, we stayed at this Holiday Inn. And as I was walking across into the entrance of the hotel, you know, it's one of the big fancy hotels, big sliding doors that automatically open, and it's covered from the rain and snow.
Right.
It's fancy opening in this hotel, right? As I was walking through to go to the entrance of the hotel, I see a guy sitting there smoking a cigar. So I walked over to him and I'm like, "Are you allowed to smoke here?" And he says, "Well, the ashtray's right here." Okay. I'll be back in 10 minutes, man.
Nice.
I'll join you with a cigar. So I went into the lobby of Cigar. I go to check in. The whole lobby smells like cigar smoke. Like every
really?
time the door opens, all this waft of smoke comes pouring into the cigar. It smells like cigar, right? So I went and I checked in. I came out. I have my cigar. I'm sitting there smoking a stogie outside
Nice.
the Holiday Inn entrance
With your new friend.
with my new friend. Yeah, people are coming in, you know. They come in, they pull their cars up, they open all their doors to get all their luggage and stuff, and I'm just sitting there puffing away at my cigar.
Nice.
It's so funny. Nobody said anything and just par for the course. To top off, I thought it was kind of funny because I had a Bovida pack, a humidity pack with my cigars that I bought, right?
Right.
So I didn't need it anymore. So I asked this guy if he wanted it, right? I don't know. He says, "No, I just keep my cigars with my pot." Apparently that works for keeping your cigars fresh. Who knew? I didn't know that.
No idea.
So that was a fun little story.
Well, for starters, it's a very easy draw. I mean, you see the size of that cigar and the ring gauge size. The flavor note I'm getting, very mild. There's very little spice to it.
On the retro, you feel that burn, though. So I would say
Yeah.
a little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice.
I don't know what you would call it. My first puff, I got some chocolate, but that might have been influenced by this.
Yeah, I'm getting not a creamy note. It's more of a wood. Like yeah, I'm not getting any spice. But again, I'm not far into it right now. But it's a very nice smoke. I like
Okay, there's the Connecticut, the cream. I got the
You
cream
got the
in this
cream?
that time.
I really draw when you get a lot of smoke. I don't know.
Yes.
There's something about the satisfying nature of having that smoke just kind of billow out.
Yeah, we're all part dragon, you know, deep down inside, I think.
Yeah, that's a
so far. I mean, this is a very well constructed
yes,
cigar.
and that's what I was saying about the draw.
If you look at the veins in the cigar, it's very smooth wrapper. There's not a lot of vein. It's a little bit shiny, so we'll just call that a little bit of an oily wrapper.
Right.
Construction-wise, it's perfect. I'm not spitting out any bits of tobacco or anything.
No.
It cut very evenly. It's burning razor sharp.
Yeah. It's got a really nice burn line to it. Nice even burn. That nice draw, the nice even burn, aside from the flavors, you know it's a well-constructed cigar. Probably to date, for the cigars we did on video, the most expensive cigar we've done.
Oh, really?
But I want to say well worth it, well worth the experiment, worth the hype, because if you're gonna get together and enjoy a cigar, get together and enjoy a cigar.
Yeah, this is a really nice cigar. Yeah, and there's a complexity to it, just like the last one we had. When you buy a less expensive cigar,
Right.
if you're buying a Connecticut cigar, you get that Connecticut wrapper, you get that cream flavor, maybe some cedar or some other notes mixed in, but it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. This one here, I mean, it's got that creaminess to it. I'm pulling that out, but there's so much more going on.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know what else is in the blend besides the Connecticut wrapper, but
sometimes I find the strong spicy note, strong tobacco flavor, kind of off-putting. But this one here, I want to say it's the mildness. It's such a pleasure to draw from and get that puff of smoke and get those flavor notes that are not overbearing.
Yeah, it's a nice cigar. It's a nice size.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about with the retro hail now, because I got that tiny spicy note, that spice to pepper, but again, not overbearing, enough to just let you know it's there. So we got a rather cool fall day today. That's why we're kind of set up. I got the shades down to somewhat block the wind. Got my new pellet heater going here, and telling you, got the blankets on the chair just to block some of the wind. And what do you think?
I'm comfortable.
It's somewhat comfortable.
It's warmer than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be colder than this.
Yeah, it's quite comfortable to sit out here and enjoy a cigar, actually.
I got here earlier than I expected to be, so that helps too.
Yep. We still got daylight.
Yeah, that helps.
Once that sun starts going down, it starts getting cool.
Yeah, blocking the wind is important too, though. If it's windy, it's cold. That's all there is to it.
I'm getting a little more, so you got a little more burn on it. And again, you can see that the ash line, quite well constructed again, but a little more flavor to it now than the first inhale there.
Would you say there's a bit of a floral note to it?
Oh yeah. When you first said cream, I was thinking there's something else, and I'm thinking it's floral.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, it's not like I've had cream flavor in a cigar, and this isn't just hitting me like a cream flavor, but there is a subtle note of not quite a sweetness, but a nice aroma, nice taste. So I would go floral on that.
Yeah, I think so. I experienced it in another cigar I had recently, like just on my tongue.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I thought citrus at first, but maybe it was more of a floral sort of thing going on.
Well, the last cigar,
this has got it a little bit as well, which is really interesting.
I love experiencing these flavor notes, because the last cigar we did, La Aurora, what was it? The
last one we did was the AJ Fernandez.
Oh, AJ Fernandez. That was also Connecticut, if I remember right.
I think I might still have the wrapper.
Oh, really?
Did I wear it? Look at the wrappers. I got La Aurora here. Cigar Chief.
Okay, the La Aurora was the Cameroon wrapper.
I've got this one here.
That was two videos ago.
Oh, this is the looks like Alec Bradley here. Cigar Chief
I love that you
again.
can just pull them out of your pocket.
Another La Aurora. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, look at that. Here's a special one. Oliva.
Now, you suggested
that.
maybe an Oliva.
Serie V.
I take it you had a good experience with it.
Olivas are nice, yeah. I've had a friend of mine give me Oliva a couple times, and they were very nice. I bought some before, and I don't know. I bought the cheap one, and it wasn't that great. I wasn't happy with them.
Well,
So,
I've learned spend a little. Well, it's not so much how much you spend, but buy a brand. Well, like you said, you bought a cheaper Oliva. How can I word this?
don't buy the cheap ones.
Yeah, I guess you.
But it depends.
So
I mean, we have those La Auroras that we bought.
Right.
Even the Cameroons are only like $13, and
Yes.
they're wonderful cigars.
I would put that up there with a premium cigar.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the other
the other ones, the Claro and the Robusto, whatever that.
The Maduro.
Yeah.
The La Aurora
And the
Maduro
Maduro.
really impressed me.
Oh, yeah.
I got some cinnamon on that, some chocolate.
I got those floral notes I was talking about out of that cigar, man.
I was just blown away at the flavor of that.
Yeah,
so
that's so nice.
One of the reasons why I was wanting to get into the My Father, again, just chasing those tasting notes.
Yeah. This is it's part of the hobby. Trying something different.
And I like
chasing those tasting notes, and then also how you're keeping your cigars.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And keeping your humidor so that, it's right, so that every time you pull a cigar out, it's going to be the best it can be.
Right. And the aging of the cigar in the humidor also adds to the flavor.
Yeah, I really like to buy a cigar and then keep it for a couple weeks before I smoke it. It's just better that way after it's been sitting.
And one of the benefits of going to Havana Palace, walking in the store, the clerk at the store is so knowledgeable. I mean, if you're not quite sure what you want, he could steer you in the right direction, as far as price point, flavor notes.
So when you bought these from the store, did they have the big green wrapper around them?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So
I wanted a nice before
I wanted a nice pretty cigar for the video here. So I asked the clerk, hey, I want a cigar with a really nice wrapper as well. And sure enough, he knew this one had a nice one.
Yeah, this is really pleasurable.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm really enjoying this.
There's it's like a creamy cigar with a little bit of a kick to it. I'm going to say a little bit spicy.
I'm finding as I'm getting further into the burn here, I'm tasting that little spice note.
Yeah.
Like a mild pepper, or what they call a white pepper.
White pepper, yes. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, but it's very pleasant. Yeah. If you're not a cigar person to begin with, and you're looking to buy a cigar for someone, I would definitely go down to My Father line and look for something like this.
Yeah. If you're a beginner wanting to start out, I would recommend a cheaper brand, because the cheaper brands don't have the complexity that these ones have. So if you're looking for, well, in my experience anyway, with the Cigar Chief brand mostly, if you get a Connecticut cigar from Cigar Chief, you're tasting that Connecticut wrapper.
Right, okay.
And you get a good idea what Connecticut wrappers taste like, what Connecticut tobacco tastes like. Same thing if you go with the Habano. You right away you get to recognize what a Habano tastes like. And once you recognize that, then when you go into the more premium brands, you got something to hunt for in your cigar.
Right, okay.
Because you know what a cigar Connecticut wrapper is supposed to taste like. So when you grab something like this here, and you're really fishing to find something that cigar.
Mhm.
You can fish out that. Oh, there she goes. I was waiting for her to do that.
Mango's here. Just did her business out there.
I
You met
wanted,
Mango before if you're watching these
I wanted her
videos.
to do it in the before I put her in the car, but she didn't want to.
She's waiting
So
to go here.
yeah,
So I want to say my first few cigars in my cigar journey here, it was difficult to pick out flavor notes. I think that's something that developed with time. I think you were the one that said, "Hey, did you taste this? Did you taste that?" And I'm, "What do you mean?" You know?
well, it
And
took me years before I started to taste anything other than cigar.
right, this is what
It
I'm
took me a
saying.
long time. And then at some point, you just kind of break your brain a little bit and you realize, you know, maybe the cigar has a coffee flavor to it, right? Like,
Right.
because you try all these different cigars and they're like whiskeys, right? They all taste a little bit different. So how do you describe the difference between one cigar and the other?
Well, if you do the comparison, let's say a whiskey, you can get like a single flavored, one flavor note kind of taste in a whiskey, or you can get a whiskey with a more complex flavor note where you're tasting the upfront flavor, the back end flavor. You know, you could pick out certain fruits in it, like, and cigars no different.
Yes.
Like you can get a one flavored cigar, but this is definitely a complex blend.
Yeah, and the complexes I find much more enjoyable
So do I.
because then you spend your time uh, ruminating on your cigar as you're smoking it, right? And you're
Right.
just trying to find those flavor notes and what else are you tasting in here?
I want to say this espresso vodka is a much better pairing than what I anticipated. When I first saw vodka, I was thinking it was going to be lacking in sweetness and maybe wouldn't be that good of a pairing. But
I was expecting it to taste like vodka,
yeah,
but this is more of a liqueur.
yeah, I want to say, which just blends so well with this.
This kind of reminds me of that butter tart moonshine we
That's
had.
right. That was good stuff.
Oh, it's
That had a
amazing.
really
man.
good,
It was
and you know
so
what?
good.
The mouthfeel of this is similar to that.
Yes, it's a little bit syrupy
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
isn't
you're
it?
right.
Yeah, yeah. And it's got a lot of flavor. It stays on the tongue when you take a sip.
Well, I'm thinking someone that might come across this video, the My Father Cigars, is maybe looking for what they can expect in the flavor note as far as the My Father cigar blend here. But yeah, so hopefully this video helps you out. So we're gonna continue on, watch the dog run around here, and
Enjoy your cigars.
enjoy our cigar. It's actually quite pleasant sitting in here and tasting some of this and
Yeah, it's
hanging out
quite
with my
nice.
brother.
Quite nice. and we have soup on the stove for
Yeah,
after.
so after we're gonna keep warm even more.
Indulge in some soup. What could be better?
So hope you enjoyed this episode of Cigars with Dan. A new platform I'm going to start putting out here on the channel.
Yeah, just for fun because
Yeah,
we
why
both
not?
enjoy cigars, so
That's
why not
right.
get together and
Maybe
enjoy one together?
on the next one we'll again find a nice premium cigar, something to pair with it, and maybe Dan can tell an interesting story about something.
I got stories.
You
wanna
have
hear
lots
another
of
story?
stories.
Did I ever? Do I have a Philippine
Okay,
story?
we're going to get a story here. I think you were starting to talk about a Philippine story in another video, but I cut it all out
Oh, the story about how I got my hat.
because
I got
I
a
started
hat.
doing the editing and the video was like 40 minutes long or something. So I had to like cut it somewhere.
So I got this hat. When I went to the Philippines, I didn't bring a hat with me because I wanted to buy a local hat. So we were in this town called Coron on the island of Coron in the province of Palawan, Philippines. And down by the marina, they had all these different vendors, everybody trying to sell their stuff, right? So I went into a couple of these shops, and they had hats for sale, but I wanted a straw hat. And all they had were the big sun hats, right? And I'm like, no, that's not what I want. I don't want a baseball hat. I want a straw hat. So, I went to a couple places, didn't find what I want. So I met up with my group again. And here's this guy walking around near the docks. You just asked yourself.
I wanted to see how big I can get my ash.
About that.
But I wanted a big ash. I like a big ash. Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
So here's this guy, right? He comes up to me. He's got all these hats with him, all these sun hats. And he's trying to sell me one. I'm like, no, that's not what I want. No. And he won't go away. So my wife's like, you got to buy a hat from him. You got to buy a hat. So he's asking, I don't know, 500 pesos for a hat. What does that work out to? I don't know, about $10 or something, right? I'm like, no, I'm not, no.
You don't want to buy something you don't want to wear?
Yeah, I forget the totals. I honestly do not remember. So we'll say he's asking 500. And I said, no, I'll give you 200 for a hat. And then he gets all insulted, like $200 for a hat, whatever. And then Regina's cousin, she's like, he said 200 pesos. You're going to take 200 pesos, blah, 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 blah. He said something in the Filipino language, right? Completely chastised this guy for trying to get a little more money out of me, right? Just completely cut him down. So I ended up buying this hat for like 200 pesos. And it didn't even fit. I mean,
oh, really?
You come on and it just flops right down. Like, this hat was broken.
Oh.
But I mean, I put it on my head. It was like 35 degrees out. It was crazy hot, right? It was so hot. Yeah. I put this hat on, and I felt like instantly cooler, right? Like, just instantly, I cooled off. So I bought this guy's hat. I still have it, but I mean, I don't wear it. It doesn't really fit.
You know what? It's got a
memory behind it.
It's got a story,
There's
a
story
that.
behind the hat.
Yeah,
because I did wear it a lot while I was there.
Right.
Yeah, that was a story of my hat.
Well, one of the things I noted when I get into the cigar, the burn line starts to get to the band. And that's one of the things. Then you're trying to peel that band off. You know,
you got to do like the Holt Cigars guys. You bend it.
Actually, that was a pretty easy peel.
Well, maybe that's.
I've had some that was so
difficult. Cigar again.
Actually, the last time we did that, the last cigar we had, it was signed AJ Fernandez on the inside.
Yeah.
Of course, it was an AJ Fernandez cigar, but it was nice to see that signature on the inside.
Yeah, these are really nice. This is a very pleasurable cigar.
Maybe we'll see the signature on the inside of the large band. Just saying. Well, again, we're going to wrap up the video here.
Yeah. I'm out of stories. I'm sorry. I'll try to have something for next time.
Just thought I'd bring you back for another episode of Cigars with Dan.
So try to find, a nice place in your backyard that's out of the wind. Try a premium cigar like the My Father cigar, because, my goodness, the quality is there.
It is there.
Absolutely.
So I guess what you're saying is, when you're saying find a place in your backyard out of the wind.
Find a place in your backyard that's out of the wind.
Find
your
place.
Brother over.
And we'll see you on the next video.
The next video, that's it. No, it's not a brew review anymore. We can't do on the next brew review.
Well, we could on the next Cigars with Dan.
The click of the cutter, the match's faint spark, talking dreams and schemes till well past dark. Ashes grow tall, but the worries grow thin. A brother's bond's the sweetest sin. Oh, the city hums its endless tune, but here we sit beneath the moon. Cigars with Brother Dan, oh, that's the plan. A puff, a laugh, just two simple men. The night grows long, but we don't mind. Time slows down when good cigars unwind. Smoke rings rise, they dance and sway. We chase the blues of the day away. Life's a riddle, but here's the key. Brother Dan and a fine